other aspect that we're putting spotlight on today is the RERA Act. It's very important for home buyers to understand this act in terms of, how your first home buying should, be considered. If you're buying an underdeveloped property, what are the things that you need to look at? And to exactly decode this, we're joined by Chintan Vasani, who's a partner at WiseBiz Developers, joint treasurers at NADCO, joining us now. Chintan, always a pleasure speaking with you. I mean, who better than you to talk about RERA? My first question to you is, keep it very basic. I'm trying to keep it very basic. For a first-time home buyer, what are the things that he or she needs to know from the RERA Act to keep in mind that he or she is not cheated?
So, Mahima, Real Estate Regulation Act, it came into force from 1st May 2017. It has made life super simple for real estate developers and, of course, the end users, the home buyers. Uh, the first and foremost thing I remember telling it in the earlier episode, the first thing that you have to check is whether the project has a RERA number. So Real Estate Regulation Act, it is a central act, but then every state has its own way of working. And the first thing that you check is, of course, the Real Estate Regulation Act. Then you can go on the RERA website to check what all details the developer has uploaded. So now what the beautiful thing about RERA is, it makes the developer legally disclose each and every timeline about the real estate project on day one, even before he starts his selling. So for selling any real estate product, you need to have a RERA number. It is mandatory. So that's the most interesting thing. It is super transparent. It has also made real estate developers form a different bank account. So all the money that you pay when you're buying a real estate home or a commercial property, the money directly goes to the bank. So
Right.
only and only pay in the RERA registered account, which you can see it on the website. Go on the website and you can verify all the documents, which is a mandatory thing for all the real estate developers to go and upload.
Right, absolutely. And, just to extend that bit, because developers now will be accountable, right, even in terms of timelines. So how has that, become a thing where once RERA has been implemented?
What happens, Mahima, is whenever you are developing, you face a lot of problems. Like COVID was a classic example for major real estate developers which had problems with delivery. But when you are supposed to come forward on day one, telling how and you are gonna take money from your clients and how you are planning to go across with the development. So the best thing about RERA is it also permits a real estate buyer to only pay as much. There is a RERA payment schedule which is defined by RERA. So as a real estate developer, I can't accept more than 45%, 40% of payment on plinth. So the best way how RERA is helping the timelines is, as a real estate developer, the developer only gets money on the way he is delivering. And the major chunk of the money is given on possession. So, I, as a real estate developer, would also want to work faster,
Right.
make sure the deliveries are on time so I can get the money from my client.
How reliable is the information that's available on the RERA website, and what should the buyer check first?
See, it's super reliable, of course, I'll tell you, because I go across India. I'll tell you how Maharashtra works. The Maharashtra developers are the most scared by Maharera. I have been to other states; they are not so much scared with RERA. This is one notice that I have seen. But of course, because my chartered accountant is also liable, because whenever I'm updating all my accounts and everything every 3 months, my architects, they are liable because they are giving me plain certificates, how my work is going on. So the best thing about how it is working in RERA, they have made the professionals who are connected to real estate, like architects, my structural consultant, my chartered accountants, they have also come into picture, and hence I feel it is they are very accountable and very legit.
And what protection does a person get once he goes ahead and buys a property which is RERA registered, if there is delay in terms of delivery?
So buyers can claim statutory compensation. They can demand refund if what was promised to them in the RERA website or in the brochure it is not given. It's like any the way you go to a court, you can go to RERA authority. The best thing about RERA, I have to say, they also work on mediation. They make sure see, at the end of the day, Mahima, delivering a flat to 100 buyers, 200 buyers is more important than just safeguarding one person's interest. May it be one home buyer or the real estate developer. So, the RERA authorities have been very proactive in making sure all the parties sit, they get talking, they understand what is the ground issues going on. See, the best thing about real estate is RERA, what has come after 2017, and it has made things very much easier, because going to a consumer court was too much. But going to RERA, it gets life much more easier. It has made things more easier for delivery perspective and also for the consumers.
Are there still loopholes, Chintan, in terms of where this entire real estate development is concerned, despite of RERA being enacted?
So the one thing which I feel there is a loophole is 500 square meters above plots. Only
Yes.
those plots are the ones who can be registered under RERA, or you need to have more than 8 flats or 8 inventories. So anything under that, you can't you can't get it
Registered.
registered. So I think that is one loophole. Uh, it can't replace a title deed on a very serious note. RERA has information which is being fed by the real estate developers office. So what I would suggest is, yes, it is a beautiful rule for real estate home buyers, for consumers, it is safeguarding you, but make sure you also do your own due diligence by downloading those documents and also verifying it. That will make it more easier.
Okay, that brings me to my last question to you, Chintan. What is the checklist that a first home buyer should have in his or her hand before buying the home?
The first checklist is, of course, asking whether is it a RERA approved project. So you get the RERA number. You have to yourself go on the RERA website, download all the documents. It's very easy. And whenever you are buying a apartment from any developer and you ask for all those details like hard copies, I don't think they should have a problem. And if they are having a problem, they are hiding something. So make sure you ask them. The second thing is always confirm whatever payments that you are making. It has to go in the RERA account.
Schedule.
Yeah, it has to be as per the RERA schedule and also as per the RERA's account. The third is, of course, I always tell people, you can always check the old projects made by any real estate developer.
Correct.
Try and have conversations with the old clients. The feedback that they would give you, it is out of the world.
Interesting.
RERA is the most interesting thing that has happened to real estate, but it's not a land title. So make sure you also do your due diligence.
Absolutely, that makes complete sense. Chintan, thank you so much for taking out the time. I'm sure our viewers have learned a lot from this conversation. So thank you so much for taking out the time and speaking with us at NDTV Profit.
Thank you, Mahima, for having me.
All right, so we had two very interesting conversations today. One about the labor code, what this means for you, and second, if you're a first home buyer, what are the things that you need to keep in mind. But with that, we're completely out of time on this edition of Your Money Matters. Do stay tuned for more news and updates on the other side.